I'm Sydney, the Student Recruitment Officer at the College of Legal Practice, and I am back again to talk about choosing the right course for you. Number one, how many hours do you realistically have available for study? Do not choose a course that needs 15 to 20 hours of study each week in order to make sure you're successful in passing the SQE1 first time around, if realistically you can only dedicate 12. It's really important that when you're choosing your SQE prep course, you are not overcommitting. We know from talking to our students that it's such an intense preparation. Everyone knows that the SQE route is an intense exam process. So when you're choosing your SQE prep course, it's important that you allow enough time for your work commitments, your family commitments, other caring responsibilities, or even just allowing that extra time each week to talk to friends, go and do a hobby that you love, because looking after your mental health and your well-being, it's important as well as passing the SQE. Number two, realistically in the past, how have you performed academically? Statistically, we know that anyone that has a first from their undergraduate degree or a 2-1 are more likely to pass the SQE1 first time around. Now, that's not to say that someone that's got a 2-2 or a third hasn't been able to pass it first time around. However, you need to take more time in order to prepare. So that means taking a longer course. For example, if you're preparing for the SQE1, we have a 20-week course and we have a 40-week course. We would encourage you to choose the 40-week course because it gives you more time. Number three, when can you start your course? When would be a good time for you to start your course, where you're not going to feel overwhelmed and you feel properly prepared to pursue your prep course? This and the other 2 points I've told you to consider are what you should base your course choice on, not when you're wanting to sit the SQE. So if, for example, you're wanting to sit the SQE1 in January 2025, but the best time for you to start your studies is September this year, you only have 9 hours of study available each week because you have other commitments and you're working full time, and in the past you got a 2-2 classification on your degree, then the best course for you would be our 40-week course. The 40-week course that we have available starting in September prepares you for the July 2025 SQE1. Regardless of the fact that you wanted to sit in January 2025, you should still do the 40 weeks and just wait 6 months to sit the SQE1. You need to remember that the SQE, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. You only have 3 attempts to pass the SQE1, and if you don't pass it after 3 attempts, the entire thing resets. You have to wait for 6 years and then you have to start from the beginning. What's even more brutal is that if you pass SQE1 and then you fail SQE2 3 times, you need to redo it all in 6 years. You don't get to carry over your SQE1, you redo it all. Finally, a special mention: if you don't have a good understanding of the 6 foundation areas of law in England and Wales, do the GDL. Just trust me. Please do the GDL first. GDL will adequately prepare you to go on to develop your knowledge in 13 practice areas of law for the SQE1. Alternatively, if you don't want to do the GDL, which I understand it is more time, it is more money, and you might just want to give it a miss, then, you know, it is just a recommendation, it isn't a requirement. But you should do a longer SQE prep course because you are going to need to independently study the 6 foundation areas of law in England and Wales alongside the SQE prep in order to give you the best chances of passing first time around.